Critical Role Recap Season 2, Episode 38. So last week's episode was the live New York Comic-Con episode where they streamed from the theater in New York City, and the audio issues were horrible, but not really that much happened. They basically got on their ship, sailed, and met Captain Avantika. Captain Avantika took their ship and said, basically, prove your worth to me or I'll kill you. And so they decided to follow along with Captain Avantika to this island that she was sailing off the coast of, just kind of sitting there anchored, that supposedly has some sort of altar to this god deity thing that Fjord keeps seeing. So it turns out Avantika and Fjord both have some sort of connection to this deity, and they can summon up its power by going to this altar and feeding it the stone, the cloven gem that Fjord has inside of him. And this will give them power over the ocean somehow. So this week we pick up right there with them basically setting foot on the island itself and starting to trek through the jungle in order to get to this temple that's deeper within the island. Captain Avantika and her scout, Jumanji Costco, help them find their way. He's the one that originally found it. Along their way, they managed to avoid fighting with a few things by sneaking around. Caduceus realizes that Jumanji's not attracting any bugs, and so he casts Eyes of the Dead and finds that this scout of theirs is undead, or at least partially in some way, shape, or form. He tells most of the crew, and they're not really sure what to do about that, but they just kind of continue on their way anyway. There is some combat this episode. Caduceus and Jester go out to scout around this fort, this little ruins that they had decided to set up camp at, and as they're walking around investigating it, they are attacked by a couple of tiger things with snake heads coming out of their shoulders. So they end up dealing with that threat and then bedding down for the night and carrying on. They also witness an ambush that takes place where a group of lizard men are attacked by a group of snake people things. The snake people things kill them and then take them back to their city to eat them. So the group makes their way to this city, to this large temple structure that has like 30 or so buildings in it and has all these snake mutant human things living there. They use some disguise kits and use some magic in order to fake as if they are also snake people to walk along through the streets. And together with that and the use of some clever spells to knock people unconscious and kill some people, they do eventually manage to make their way into the temple proper, which is in the center of town. Knot manages to pick the lock of the main door that leads deeper into the temple, and they make their way down the steps and come upon a giant snake humanoid thing that's like 8 feet tall or something, and is like has a humanoid torso, but then comes out into a snake neck and head and giant thick tree trunk arms. And that's basically where the episode ends off. So the episode coming up is going to be them dealing, it's going to be immediate combat, them dealing with this snake person thing and whatever minions he undoubtedly has, and then figuring out more about this temple and Fjord's connection to this deity. But yeah, that was about it for that episode. I know that this video is late. I apologize for that. I have recently moved, as you can see, and then I also went out of town to visit some family, so things are kind of crazy right now. But yeah, that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.